Hi, it's Lee and welcome to the Tesla Economist. Okay, I admit it, the Cybertruck is getting to me. I'm struggling to remain cool, calm and collected. This vehicle is just so cool. Yes, I believe Tesla could do it, but at the same time, it's such a badass vehicle, it almost felt too good to be true that citizens could legally own a product just this extreme. And yes, the stock price is up almost half the entire market cap of Ford just today, because Tesla was able to make one Cybertruck in Texas. How's that for some perspective? Is it crazy that the market is pricing in the Cybertruck success that extreme? Talking of Ford, they also dropped the price of their Lightning by about $10,000, and their stock is down 5%, despite the Lightning accounting for about 1/3% of Ford's sales and about -2% of their earnings. Although after this price drop, perhaps that will now be -3%. Has everyone stopped ordering the Lightning now because they believe the Cybertruck is on the way? Probably. Not that there's anything wrong with the Lightning, except perhaps the price is a bit too high and the range too low. Which brings us to the Cybertruck. Where will that slot in to the electric pickup truck market? Some of you out there think that Tesla has to launch with the most range, beating the Rivian's 400 miles. And the Cybertruck might come in at, I don't know, how about 420 miles of range? And then Tesla can charge whatever they want, even $100,000, and every single one will sell. And the gross profit margin will be huge once ramped. Yes, that is one way Tesla can go. But then it looks like another niche product from Tesla that can join the S and X pile and not a vehicle for the masses. I'm of the belief that range is not going to be the main factor that the market is looking for on the Cybertruck specs. We all know Tesla can get as much range as they wanted from this vehicle if they chose. We know they could pack 2170s and double layer them and hit 500 miles if necessary. And like I said, sell it over $100,000. But how will consumers react to that? And what will be the headlines? Tesla make another unaffordable electric pickup truck and don't keep their promises of it starting just at $40,000. Therefore, I think range is not as important. And I think Rivian is superfluous. I think the benchmark is the F-150 Lightning. And this might be why Ford have just lowered the price. They don't want Tesla to undercut the Lightning. The Lightning offers 230 miles of range and an extended range version with 320 miles using an 100 kilowatt-hour battery and 130 kilowatt-hours. If Tesla do use 4680 cells, which I'm starting to think might be likely now if they're aiming for about this level of range, then I think with a 100 kilowatt-hour battery, Tesla could be around 280 miles, and with a 120 kilowatt-hour battery, perhaps around 340 miles. And I believe there would be enough room in that battery pack for enough 4680 cells for those results. And I think that there is a good chance the Cybertruck could start at $69,420. Then you have the tax credit on top of that, taking it down to about $62,000. This is a great price for such an incredible car, and there'll be plenty of people ready to buy. I know some of you are going to say that I'm wrong and don't understand that people need more range than that because they want to use it for towing, etc. Well, these people might not buy this Cybertruck and they will wait for a longer range version. That, I think, will come out halfway through next year. Tesla likely don't have the energy density yet. 4680 cells are as energy dense as LFP cells, unless the Texas cells have made a breakthrough and are using silicon, which is a possibility. And perhaps Tesla is stockpiling the cells for the Cybertruck. But I think Tesla will launch the long-range version next year when Panasonic's 4680s are in production that do include silicon in the anode and get that better energy density. I mean, I hope I'm wrong and Tesla are making more progress on 4680s, and perhaps I'm overly negative about 4680 progress, as it has obviously been a big disappointment with big promises that haven't come anywhere near. But with Panasonic, eventually Tesla could get up to about 150 or 160 kilowatt-hour battery then, likely without having to double layer the cells. Then we're probably up to over around mid-400 miles of range. But my guess is the first Cybertruck to launch will be a dual motor with about 340 miles of range, 120 kilowatt-hour 4680 battery, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and a price of about $69,000. The price might even be lower. It could be $60,000. I mean, that's still going to be $10,000 more than Tesla said it would be for the dual motor on the Cybertruck reveal, and my guess is $20,000 more than that. But bear in mind, the initial prices were announced before so much inflation and the tax credit, along with the insane number of pre-orders that Tesla have received. But $60,000 is a possibility. taking it down to a ridiculous $52,500 after tax credits. I mean, if they decided to charge an extra $10,000 more for the first 100,000 trucks, then that's $1 billion extra gross profit, which might look good eventually, although margins will be negative anyway for the first year or so. I think for the stock price, it will look much better if the price is lower, as it will give the market confidence that Tesla are getting their costs lower. Remember, it's all about what the vehicle will eventually cost to build, as no matter what Tesla charge, eventually when all the early adopters have paid their premium prices, the price needs to reset to the market price in order for it to sell so that Tesla's demand meets the supply. Why not start with a more realistic price and have a price war with Ford instead? If Tesla can start taking away from Ford, then that's going to be serious. Not just the Lightning, of course, but the entire F-150, including ICE. The Lightning's just a lightning rod for now until Tesla starts going deeper and taking on Ford's ICE, their most profitable line remaining. Ford is in serious trouble here. No wonder they're starting a price war already. Like I said, forget about Rivian. They're just treading water for the next 2 years until they go bankrupt, and possibly Amazon buys out their electric van division, if they can even manage to make a decent EV van, which may not be likely either. Ford will be in serious trouble if F-150 sales start to dwindle, as will GM and Stellantis with their pickup truck sales too. The Cybertruck is going to be terrifying for them. Anyway, I think it's going to be fairly soon that Tesla actually do give us these details regarding range, price, performance, motors, and a whole lot of other features that we have not yet heard that are going to blow us away. It's been almost 4 years since the reveal now. Can you imagine what Tesla have been working on since? There's so much exuberance behind this car, the stock price could go crazy, beyond rational. I'm not even sure if this is going to be a sell the news event. The excitement might continue. I can see it getting to 350, and it could keep sailing. Tesla could announce something big on top of it all, like Mexico breaking ground or a Gen 3 reveal, and more excitement will be flooded into the stock. It won't take much for it to see all-time highs. I think it could be this year. Remember, I was the one saying that Tesla could hit 300 this year, back when the stock was just 160. It seemed unlikely, but I managed to get my head around this company and how it is truly valued. I'd based too much on fundamentals when it was about the story. Is it rational that the Cybertruck is probably pricing in about 20% of Tesla's market cap, or around $200 billion, or 4 times Ford? Well, if Tesla can sell 350,000 Cybertrucks a year and profit $15,000 per vehicle, then that's $5 billion a year. That's a P/E ratio of 40 for the Cybertruck business. That's actually not too out of order, because we do also get to include the FSD potential there, along with the fact that perhaps Tesla won't stop at 350,000 and perhaps will go to 500,000 or 750,000 or more. Remember, the F-150 is really only popular in the US. The Cybertruck is going to be popular everywhere, although it is too big for most roads or car parks outside the US. So possibly Tesla do need a smaller version, which means a new factory and more design, so I'm not sure that will actually happen. I think Tesla will apply more effort into cars that sell in the multiple millions. There's also the 4680 advances that the truck will benefit from. As they become lower cost and more energy dense, then the Cybertruck will become more profitable as time goes on. For me, just seeing it on the line already and seeing the castings and witnessing it all really happening is getting me excited, and I think this excitement will proliferate through to the market, and it won't be able to help itself take Tesla to potentially new highs this year. Hi there, I'm using Verbalate AI video translation and lip sync software. It's pretty amazing. Watch this. I can translate my videos into other languages. For example, I am now speaking Hindi.
नमस्ते, मैं पहली बार हिंदी में बोल रहा हूं, लेकिन वर्बलेट इसे इतना आसान बना देता है.
Or how about Spanish?
Hola, vaya, increíble.
También puedo hablar español. Sign up at verbalate.ai today to gain early access to trial the product for creators and strategic partners, and gain the ability to translate and lip sync videos in all major languages. You can view the info in the description below.